Welcome to my channel Sara Cooks for You. Today I am making mutton biryani. It's a delicious rice layered with lavishly spiced meat or vegetables cooked in a thick gravy. The dish is then covered with its lid sealed and is allowed to cook on low flame, or we call it the dum. Let's note the ingredients for the biryani. For around 1 kg of rice you need onions, 5 large sliced, coriander leaves chopped, around 1 small bunch, mint leaves 10 to 15. You can see that I have not chopped them, and green chilies 8 to 10 depending on how spicy you eat, and I have slit them. Okay, this is going to add a lot of flavor to your biryani. Next, this is ginger garlic paste. I have used around 6 to 7 tablespoons. You can grind it at home as that gives a better flavor to the biryani. And chili powder 2 teaspoons, turmeric half teaspoon, and I've used mutton. You can use chicken, or you can just make it out of vegetables or anything, any meat you can use. It is 1.5 kgs and I've used big pieces. As you can see, the pieces are really big, because if we use small pieces, then as the gravy cooks they are going to dissolve in the gravy. And tomatoes around 8 to 10, and you have to cube them, and they should be slightly bigger pieces as you don't want too much of the tomato skins coming in your mouth, so keep them slightly bigger. Curd 1 cup, salt to taste, and we need oil around 1.5 to 2 cups. So let's move on. You need to heat a thick bottomed vessel and add in your oil, and when the oil is really hot, add the onions. This is the most laborious part of making biryani, as it takes a very long time to fry, for the onions to fry. But that's alright, it's worth all the trouble when the biryani is made. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes for us to get the desired color. As you can see, it's almost getting done. It's got a nice light brown color. We'll wait for a few more minutes before we add the coriander. Okay, now we can add the coriander, chopped coriander. This gives a beautiful aroma, the mint leaves and the slit green chilies. We're gonna fry them for around 2 to 3 minutes and let all the flavors seep into the oil. One way to test whether the oil is enough is, you can test with your spoon. The oil should come just above the onions, like how you can see. If you feel it's not coming up like that, you need to add some more oil into it. Now we can add the ginger garlic paste. By now you'll start getting the wonderful aroma, because after this step you can really smell the awesomeness of biryani. You need to fry this a bit till the raw smell of the ginger garlic paste goes away, and you get a slightly brownish tinge in the ginger garlic. Now we add the chili powder and the turmeric powder and the salt. When we add the salt here, what it does is it prevents the ginger garlic and the mutton, when you add it later on, it prevents it from sticking to the vessel, at least a little bit. Now we add in the mutton. And give it a good mix till all the masala coats the mutton pieces. As you can see, it is well coated now, and I'm adding a little bit of water so that it doesn't stick to the bottom. Cook on low flame for at least 10 minutes and close the lid. As you can see, the oil has come up and the mutton has soaked up all the masalas. Now I'm going to tilt the vessel in such a way so that all the oil comes towards the edge, and I can easily remove it into another vessel so that I can use this oil to put it over the rice later on. Like this, you have to separate the oil and keep it aside. And now I'm going to add in the chopped tomatoes. Mix it well and add the curds. Okay, now we are going to mix them together. And I'm going to allow it to cook till these cubes of tomatoes are done. I'm going to close the lid and allow it to cook. I've cooked this for almost 15 minutes, and now you can see the tomatoes. You can no longer see the tomatoes. It's all done. Now we have to check to see if the mutton is done. Obviously it wouldn't get done so quickly. We need to cook it more, but if you want to speeden up this process, you can use a pressure cooker to cook your meat. You can either cook it in the vessel like this, or you can use a pressure cooker to cook if you're using mutton. Chicken will get done easily like this in the vessel, but the mutton will be a little tougher. So you need to use a pressure cooker, or if you're using a vessel like this, you need to cook it for at least 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how tough your meat is. In the meantime, I've heated water in a larger vessel and soaked my rice as well. You need really boiling water for the rice. So in the meantime, till the gravy gets cooked, I've kept even the water ready. The gravy is almost done now. Let's move on to the rice. You can use basmati rice or the jeera kasala rice or the small grain rice. But generally people prefer basmati. But if you want to try the typical shadi ki biryani, then you can try the small grain rice. This is what they use in the weddings generally. If you want to try the typical shadi ki biryani, it is this rice, the small grain rice. Okay, the water is ready. I need to add in the salt. This water has to be slightly on the salty side. Add in the rice and cook till it is 3/4 done. If you overcook it, then the biryani is going to get really mushy. You need to make sure it's just 3/4 done. As you can see, my rice is done, so I'm going to strain it now. Now you can start the layering. The gravy is on the bottom, and now I'm going to add in the cooked rice. You can layer the rice and add in the oil which you have reserved. Heat it a little bit and add the oil onto the rice like this. Once your rice is covered with the oil, take the back of your spoon, your ladle, and make holes in it so that the steam from the bottom can come up easily and your biryani gets dum really fast. You need to close the lid. You need to put a foil and then put a lid on top, or you can use a cloth. Once it is done, the biryani will look like this.